Welcome everyone to Vested Interest. This is Shane back again. The start of another week, the start of another month, and here we are back for the Stock Pick of the Day series. Today we are going to cover Johnson & Johnson. It is October 3rd, so first trading day of the month. Boy, this year is really blowing by. Hope you guys have had a great year so far as we head into holiday season. Happy holidays to everyone coming up. And let's jump in and take a look at Johnson & Johnson. So about Johnson & Johnson, Johnson & Johnson, we believe good health is the foundation of vibrant lives, thriving communities, and forward progress. That's why for more than 135 years, yes, that's right, you heard me correctly, they have been around for 135 years. So this company has survived it all, the Great Depression, the 2008 downturn, all the downturns along the way, the 70s fuel runs, the current inflation, high inflation in the 70s, all the major disasters over the years, wars, famines, you name it, they've been around and survived it over the last 135 years. Let's look at what else. 140,000 employees across the world. So another one, this is a global company. They do sell products worldwide. So we like that they've been around for a long time. We like that they have exposure to the global markets. That way, when we have a slowdown in one part of the globe, we may be doing well in another area. Currently, it looks like we have a worldwide slowdown. So everything seems to be pulling back, but we like that they've been around for 135 years, so I'm sure they know how to weather the storm. This is a very large company in the healthcare sector. You probably are well aware of them. Let's see why we're looking at them today. Today there was a lot of green in the market. This was one of the few companies I found in my portfolio and looking around that had pulled back. This actually a couple others in the healthcare sector, so it may be the healthcare sector in general that's pulling back today. But Johnson & Johnson, ticker J&J, again out of the healthcare sector, they closed out the day October 3rd at $163.22. Down 0.09%, so not really down a ton, but looks like they have a further pullback in the after hours, at least when I pulled this data around 4:12 p.m. They have a 52-week range as low as $155.72, so they are not quite to their 52-week low, kind of hovering between the 52-week low of 155 and the high of 186, probably a little closer to the low currently than to the high. Volume, typical average volume is 6.9 million. Their volume today was 7.3 million, so a little higher volume today, probably more selling than anything. Market cap, like we said, very large company, 429.135 billion, beta of 0.61, so it is less volatile than the overall market, though you can see the volatility today. Looks like it was down below 162 at one range, right there. PE ratio is a little on the high side, 23.76, but this is one of those companies that people tend to flee to whenever things are going wonky, like now with higher inflation, with the Fed raising rates. This is a place some people like to park their cash, and it typically trades at a higher PE than you would think it should, even for a large company like this one. EPS, earnings per share, is $6.87 per share. Earnings date October 18th, so coming up. And the forward dividend is $4.52 paid out on the year. They do pay out quarterly, so divide by 4. That'll tell you what your quarterly payments are. And it has a dividend yield of 2.77%, which does beat the overall market. Ex-dividend date, the last one was August 22nd. And according to Yahoo Finance, where I pulled this information from, they have a one-year estimated target stock price of $186.89. So it does speak to some upside appreciation, potentially. Now let's jump over to stockanalysis.com, another site that I like to pull information from, not affiliated. And according to the 25 stock analysts they've had take a look at this, they call it a consensus buy. If you go to stockanalysis.com's actual website, when you touch these with your browser, like your pointer here, you'll see how many out of these 25 analysts, how many call it a hold, how many call it a buy, how many call it a extensive buy, how many might call it a sell. You'll get to see that, but whenever I zoom out and don't have my cursor on that, it doesn't show that. So if you go to the website, you'll see more features there. But according to the 25 analysts, they have a low estimate of $166.65, which it currently sits lower than that. So if it comes up to their low, of 166, that would be a 2.15 or 2.11% increase. Average estimate stock price of $191.27, so that would be a 17.19% increase in stock price. And if it happened to hit their high, $225.75, that would be a 38.32% increase in stock price. All the while, you would be collecting that 2.77% dividend yield that we saw on the previous page. And obviously, if you could get it closer to that 155 52-week low, that it would be better than where it currently sits, and maybe that's where it's headed as it continues to pull back here. So if you're looking for something in the healthcare sector, this one definitely is one that is in my portfolio. You'll see that in a moment. But there are worse stocks to be in than Johnson & Johnson, again, one that's been around for a long time and I don't think is going anywhere. And as I stated, it is in my portfolio. Here's my Johnson & Johnson holdings. I have 52.666 shares. I don't really like the 666 shares, but it is what it is. My cost basis is $166.05. Currently sits at the 163, so it is a little bit down. My position, I'm down 1.60%. I have $8,595, or I'm sorry, I have $8,744.91 into this. It's currently worth $8,591, so down $149.29. Lost another $790 on the position today, but I am in this for the dividends, so that's what I am focused on. And if it continues to be below my cost basis, eventually I will add to this. Currently, I have other positions in my portfolio that are down more than 1.6%, so I'll add to those positions before I continue to add this. But depending on how much it pulls back, if it got back to that 155 52-week low, then I would be willing to add to this again. So these are quick hitters, just trying to find some value in the market for you and me so that we can buy these stocks at the cheapest possible prices. As always, appreciate you stopping by. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to show me some love. Hit that thumbs up, ring the notification bell. Most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Join me on this journey to financial freedom. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think of Johnson & Johnson. Is it in your portfolio? Is it on your watch list? I do personally read and respond to the comments. I'm always interested to read your questions, opinions, suggestions for future topics, or constructive criticism. Go ahead and drop it all down below. And this is Shane signing off, wishing peace and prosperity to you and yours. And remember, financial security comes to those who take a vested interest. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for stopping by. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing in this presentation should be considered financial advice. I'm only sharing my opinion and investing journey for educational and temporary purposes. Investing involves risk. You can lose money and should never invest any amount not comfortable losing. Always do your own research. Invest based on your situation, circumstances, and select criteria, or seek the advice and counsel of a certified financial advisor.